Good morning. Good morning, everyone. This is Coach Taylor, and I'm so grateful that you decided to join me here today. I am so grateful for you, all of you guys that are here, and we're going to actually put this on the broadcast. So just so you guys know, and I am going to ask you guys to go ahead and mute yourselves and so I'm thankful for you guys being here today to chat with me a little bit. We're going to continue from what we were discussing before, when life is full, and we're going to continue it with what matters most. As we discussed, we would on this particular day and on this broadcast. So I'm glad that you guys that are listening to the broadcast, whenever you decide to listen to it, I'm so thankful for you guys engaging in WCTW, Coach Taylor's Wellness Radio. I'm thankful for all the phone calls and the emails. Want to get all that out up front because I am. So go ahead and like, follow, subscribe so that you can continue to be a part and know what's going on. And today we're gonna just be leaning into a gentle but powerful truth from Scripture. We're gonna go and go ahead and just start right now. And so I'm asking you to be present, be here with me now. Hopefully you're in a place where you're undisturbed. No one can disturb you. It can just be your time, your purposeful pause, and just be present here with me now. Just a reminder that we all are dealing with the fullness of life. We're in a world that is full of noise and demands and distractions, and Jesus is still inviting us to choose what matters most. He's in his word, he's always saying, "Come to me, I'll give you rest," and that's a wonderful thing to know that we can do just that. So wherever you are, whether you're driving, preparing for the day, or just simply listening in, let's take this pause together right now just to reset and let this be your sacred moment today, and to just come back to center and just gather yourself and then restart whatever part of the day that you're in. So let's step into this together. There's a particular moment. Yes, thank you. We're going to ask the questions after. Okay. I just had a hand raised. So, okay. But there's a particular, but thank you. There's a particular scripture, an account, a story in the Bible, and you guys, I'm sure, are familiar with Martha and Mary. Well, Martha, she was, very, very busy. She was moving and serving and preparing, and doing all the things that she believed necessary. And these things were necessary. But Mary, on the other hand, she was simply sitting at the feet of Jesus, listening, receiving, and just what being present. And when Martha became like overwhelmed and frustrated, um, and she began to complain about Mary not helping, Jesus responds with such sweet and tenderness. "Martha, Martha," can you imagine? He was like, "Martha, Martha." I'm just imagining this. "You are worried and distracted about many things, but the only thing that's needed." He was letting her know that Mary was doing that necessary thing, that thing that was most prevalent right then. What she needed to do was sit at his feet, and that's what she was doing. And she was, not doing all the busy stuff. She was taking that purposeful pause to do what was needed right then and, right there, and Martha, was busy. She was very busy doing those things that were necessary, but they weren't most important at that time. So, if we're honest, many of us live in that Martha space, constantly driving. I'm sorry, doing, constantly striving, constantly, responding to what feels urgent right then, what feels urgent. But Jesus reminds us in this account that urgent and important are not the same thing. It's not the same thing. He invites us to choose what matters most and not, not what's most productive at the moment, but even for him, but present, his presence, being in his presence, and drawing from his presence that peace and that strength that we need. Not saying that we're not supposed to do those things that need to be done or are not supposed to be productive, but taking that pause, that purpose when we know that it matters most is what's important. Um, he gives us breathing room, as we mentioned in the broadcast a couple of weeks back. He wants us to have breathing room. Breathing room begins when we reorder our lives around that quiet time, around that time where you sit and you listen, or and you breathe, and you just give attention to the one that gives you life. That's where your strength comes from. And sometimes you need answers to things that you just can't get. And that's where you get it in that quiet time, in that peaceful time where you're not moving and busy and doing. So let me ask you a gentle question today, just some food for thought. What if you schedule your time where you schedule, time where you can just be at peace, have some moments, some purposeful pauses? What if you schedule reflect? What if your schedule reflected your soul's true needs? What would it be? Just a few questions here. What if your energy went first to spending that time, that peaceful, quiet time, just in a place where there's no noise, or a time of prayer, time of peaceful prayer to God, to your love. Spend times with your loved ones, just some special time. Take that time to plan a special time, or to things that nourishes you instead of noise and pressure of the pressures of life, giving the total attention to those pressures and the endless demands of your day to day. What if choosing what matters most isn't about, balance? It's really not. It's about alignment, getting your life in alignment. It's about living the life that God actually called us to live. He didn't call us to live in such a crazy, busy, stressful way of life. And He didn't call us to live the way everyone expects us to. Sometimes we fall into that, and that's not good. So when we do what Mary did, I choose to do what Mary did. How about you? To just sit at His feet and allow that peace, embrace that peace, to get those answers. You know, when we do that, something shifts in our lives. Something shifts, and your breath slows, and things just begin to that stress begins to fade away. And I challenge you to try that. Try it. I challenge you, because your mind begins to clear. Just some things that I've experienced, and I know others have that have shared it. Even some of you here online with me today, you're shaking your heads and you're saying, "Yep, yep, that's right." You've experienced that. So, when you get in that quiet place, your spirit settles, all that stress begins to melt away as you allow it, and suddenly peace becomes possible for you again. You realize that peace become possible. So just some reflections. I know I just asked you a few questions. Let's see. What tends to distract you from spending time, in that quiet time? That for me, that quiet time in prayer, spending that time with the Lord. So for some of you it may be just sitting, but if you would give just that time, spend a little time in prayer, you'll things will begin to shift for you. What is one small change that you can make this week to align your time with what matters most? And one more question, let's just dive a little bit deeper. How might your peace deepen if you choose presence over productivity? presence for, just the time, just spending time before the Lord over being busy for Him. Because I've had some people to tell me, well, my job is what I do for the Lord, it's my call, and that's great and that's wonderful. But spending time with Him is even greater. You get that directions, you get that peace, you get that stress relief and the guidance to do even better what you're doing. So I challenge you. So I challenge you right now to just take a couple of deep breaths with me. Just take 5 deep breaths with me, all the way in through your nose, and hold it at the top, just as long as it's comfortable, and then release that breath just 5 times. Just in for 4, and hold, and then release. In for 4, and hold, and then exhale. Just do that a couple of more times on your own. And just go ahead and just allow yourself to embrace the peace that you're feeling right now as you're breathing. And on that 5th initial breath, I want you to take it to the top, hold it as long as you can. And when you are ready to exhale, blow it out really strong, like you're trying to just blow everything out. And then just hold that out breath for just a few moments. And then allow your breath to return to its normal rhythm. And I want to encourage you, as you're breathing, think about how you want the rest of your day to go. Embrace those thoughts of how you want your day to go. Embrace that. And don't allow your day to go anything less than what you are thinking right now. And when things or challenges come, just step back, take that purposeful pause, breathe, and restart. Until next time, guys, it's been wonderful. It's been wonderful to be here with you guys here online. It's wonderful to be with you guys as you listen whenever you have the opportunity, from YouTube or from whatever channel you listen to, iHeartRadio. I enjoy every email. I'll say that again, every text message. However you reach out to me, it means a lot, and I appreciate you guys. Until next time, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Shalom.